the world's easiest fruit tree to grow. All you need is a twig. We're here today with special guest David Burke of Burke's Family Farm, and also known as the Fig Hunter. And thank you so very much for being with us today.
Hello, how are you doing today, Charles?
Doing great, thank you. Hi, my name is Charles Malki, biologist and plant expert with Ivory Organics, where we grow cool plants and author of Saving the World with the Home Garden. So today we're here with David of Burke's Family Farm, also known as the Fig Hunter, and he's brought with him today several hundred cuttings, and these cuttings we're going to be giving away with the Ivory Organic 4th annual cutting giveaway, which starts on February 1st and runs through the end of February. And every day we give away these fig cuttings, and thank you so very much for contributing those cuttings to us, which we're going to discuss momentarily. But tell us a little bit about the Burke's Family Farm.
So it started as something, a family tradition. My family has always been in agriculture in one way or another, starting back into the early 1900s. I grew up on a small cattle ranch in Napa. We always had a garden, large quarter-acre garden approximately. Growing stuff around animals, really wanted to give something to my kids. So this is kind of what we've been doing. For one reason or another, we ended up farming.
So if you go to the Burke's Family Farm website, and I'm going to share that link with all the viewers, if you go to burkefarms.shop and shop products, you'll notice that the Burke Family Farm makes available beauty products as well as free range eggs. He's got products from the garden, livestock, nursery, and pork, and I'm going to share a lot of those products that he's also brought for me to share with our family here. He also has a second website which is specific to figs, and I know most of you watching are most intrigued and most interested in the figs and how do I get my fig cuttings. And even though Ivory Organics has its everyday in the month of February fig cutting giveaway, the Fig Hunter shop, which I'm putting the link down below, you can shop for these fig cuttings any time of the year, and you can share with the viewers, and they might be most familiar with the common varieties of figs. What are some of the common varieties that you have available?
Well, since we're growing the figs on the farm for the figs, we have basically anything you can get from any of the large nursery stores. So we have like Peter's Honey, we have Black Mission, Brown Turkeys, Panache, Excel, Adriatic, JH Adriatic, White Adriatic. The list just goes on and on.
That's huge, and that's far more than you would find at the common nursery. You did mention the Black Mission, which is a popular one that you'd probably find at your local nursery. A harder to find one, in my opinion, has been like the Panache or that Tiger Fig, which is beautiful and tasteful. But I know you've also brought with us a lot of cuttings, which I'm hoping we can visit before we conclude, and you can share with them all the different varieties that they can all also be looking forward to getting in the month of February. So here we are now with the hundreds of fig cuttings that David has brought from the Burke Family Farm. Thank you so very much for that. And if you can share a little bit with the viewers, what varieties have you brought with you?
Well, so we got 796 here. It's what we're calling a cottonwood candy. It's just a very sweet fig. It's a medium-sized fig, roughly.
So about a quarter.
Yeah, it was just something remarkable. It's one of the largest seedlings that I've found. It's grown underneath a large old oak tree, and it's just delicious.
That's great.
It's something unique. It's something you won't find at your box store. Then we have 801, and that's so remarkable. It was still fruiting. It's what I would believe would be an everbearing type tree. It's still fruiting in December. It's a 2-inch, inch and a half round flat fig. And what else do we bring? So 315 was a fig at our butcher's property. The tree is 4 foot wide at the trunk. It's from the 1880s. It's an Adriatic variety of fig. It's beautiful, fruitful, just prolific. On say a 6-inch branch, you'd have 10 figs when it's completely producing. It was just amazing for taste. It has an orange inside flesh. It's an outside. The skin is green. Just beautiful.
That's great.
And then 292 is a fig that it was still, again, still producing in the middle of winter. It is called Winter's Chestnut, and it doesn't taste like chestnut, but the shape reminded my wife of chestnuts. It's a very delicious tasting fig. Where it is, it's so inhospitable. Literally, it's growing out of rock, and it's a very large old tree. It's just beautiful, delicious, great for charcuterie plates we were doing this winter at Christmas. We used this fig along with some of the cheeses that we found locally. It was just a huge success.
That's great. Well, I know I got over here one of your prized possessions, which some of you are going to win as well. There's at least 20 or 30, maybe 40 cuttings of this flavor if you want to share what it's about. But the 455 Citron, what's so special about this guy?
That's Amon Citron. This tree is just that thing that should not exist. It's just from day one of tasting this, it came into our life 4 years ago. There's just no explanation. It's what you call a seedling, and it's hitting the home run per se, or just striking the mother lode in taste profiles. It's a fig that every fig that we've come across weighs 1/4 of a pound.
Wow.
Or close enough. We're talking, it's just right there, 1.26 of a pound, you know, it's a 1/4 pound. It's juicy, it's fruitful. It has this citrus taste with a fruit sweet. It's just a remarkable multicolored fig. Again, like I say, juicy. From the day one we shared it with anybody, whether it's the farmer's market or a couple of the restaurants we sell figs to, it has been a huge success. It's sold out. It's the one that, to be honest, my wife didn't really want to share. But on the hands, we have to share because it's so remarkable.
That's great. All of these 4-ounce jars that you see in front of me are fig jams that are prepared by the Burke Family Farm, and they come in a variety of assorted colors based on the figs that they originally came from, such as over here I'm reading the Trinity fig, and then over here there's a sweet tart fig, and then there's another one over here called the Anderson's Red, and all the different flavors of fig go into making these each individual flavors of jam. And then there's some other products over here as well.
So typically we would offer to ship fresh figs to your house, but with COVID-19 really delayed shipping made it almost impossible, so we had to be really creative. We were already doing a fig jam, and it was a mixed berry jam. So then I thought with my wife, who creates all these wonderful jams and any other recipes, she's really the mastermind behind it, Priscilla Burke. Why don't we do individual single variety jams? So the person could not only taste the product as a standalone, but if they really like that jam, they can go and grow it themselves, because as Mr. Charles had said, that figs really are the easiest thing to grow. And we ended up last year with 30 different varieties. We processed roughly 1,500 pounds of fig jams, which is a lot of fig jams. And then the other stuff that she's done is we've always had she made a fig balsamic vinaigrette, a fig barbecue sauce, and then these are honey balsamic figs. So kind of like that whole figs with honey. She makes fig fudge. We do a pork, a Berkshire, is what else we raise on our property. Berkshire pork sausage with our Adriatic figs, and then risotto cheese, kind of that cheesy, gooey with the sage just mess that just was just so decadent. Just something delicious we were playing with.
That's great.
You know, it's just been fun. We love figs. They're just a wonderful fruit, and anything we can do with them.
They truly are amazing fruits, and this cutting, which I took at the beginning of the video, it has been with our family since I was maybe 5 years of age, and every house we've moved to, we've always taken a small cutting of the fig, and that's why I started this lesson with saying it's the easiest of fruit trees to propagate is the fig tree, because you simply take these cuttings and it's as easy as just sticking them in your garden soil, and more likely than not, it will develop in a matter of a year and maybe 2 into a fruiting structure that is genetically identical to the parent plant behind me. So that same flavor of fig will continue to reproduce itself by way of cutting. And those are lessons that I'm going to continue to teach as we go into the month of February. And thank you so very much for bringing all these wonderful gifts to share with the Ivory Organics family. And we'll truly be forever grateful. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Charles.
So I've also learned today that David has identified over 800 fig trees throughout the state of California, and he keeps track of the trees and the addresses and monitors their flavor and patterns and so forth. And with it, he's been able to find some truly unique quality figs to share with all of us. And we should all be forever grateful for the effort and time that he's put into it. Additionally, if you want to follow David on his adventures throughout California, you can follow him on his YouTube channel, The Fig Hunter, and I'm putting that link to his YouTube channel below the video description as well as in the comments below for your convenience. And simply subscribe. It's free to join, and hit that push bell notification to stay informed with all of his educational content as soon as it becomes made available. Thank you again, David, for your generous donation and contribution to the Ivory Organic Annual Fig Cutting Giveaway 4.0, and for participating in this annual giveaway. Just stay tuned for notification that'll be going out on February 1st on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. So be sure to follow us to get informed on how you can participate in bringing these wonderful fig cuttings onto your property. So this has truly been a family experience on this afternoon, and thank you again for all coming. And if you've enjoyed this lesson, be sure to give us a thumbs up, and most importantly, share it with your friends and family. As always, keep growing with Ivory Organics, and wishing you all happy gardening. And I know you have a conclusion as well you'd like to share with us.
Well, we ready, girls?
Yeah. Find a fig, make a friend. Find a fig, make a friend.
Plant a fig, make a friend forever.
I love
Plant
that.
a fig, make a friend forever.
That's
Thank
the
you
best.
for letting us join you, Charles. What you and your family are doing is just so amazing. It really is inspiring for us to give back to the world.
That's awesome. Thank you. And take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.